Alright guys, so another different type of video. This is more of a review and kind of a demonstrated alternate heat for your garage or something. So we got natural gas here, and our furnace in the house is natural gas. We also have a fireplace I use for supplemental heat. And this garage, you've seen in the past, I've had electric heaters. And this was the first electric heater that I bought for in here. It's 5,000 watts. And it's got a fan in it, and it does pretty good, but electric heat is really expensive. And then you seen in the previous video where I built this heater thinking that a real quick warm up but it wouldn't use as much power, even though this is 15,000 watts. That proved to be even more expensive. Then I decided to go with propane heat and try that, and while it heats the garage amazing, this heated the garage faster and better than the electric heat or anything else. It cost about $14 to get a 20-pound cylinder refill, which ain't that bad until you start going through, a tank a week. So I came up with the idea that, natural gas is supposedly cheaper than electric, so I figured why not give it a shot. I went with this one. It's 30,000 BTU. And this is what they call blue flame technology. It's also vent free, so there's no vent to the outside. By blue flame, you don't have, it's not like radiant heat, so there's nothing, as far as I know, it don't glow like a propane heater or even electric heater does. So here it is. I didn't want to bore you with an unboxing video, and getting ready to hook it up. And there's a natural gas hookup underneath the workbench, because at some point the people that lived here apparently had a big gas heater, probably about the same size as this on the wall right here, because I could see the holes that anchored it to it, and I figured that's what it was. So I already put the legs on it. They're plastic. I'd rather have metal, especially in the garage where something might hit it or something, but it is what it is. And read your instruction manual, and also look at your local code for installing gas appliances and heaters. And the book says it's supposed to be off the floor by 18 inches in a garage like this. And the main reason for that is like fumes and stuff. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be pouring gasoline right beside it while it's on. So you got to be careful with open flame heaters in the garage, but I'm used to it because I've been using propane heat for a long time. I also going to mention I was planning on putting a wood stove in there, since I've been running into a surplus of firewood, but there's just no practical way of doing it in here the way this garage is laid out. Like, anyway, I'd have to route the pipe, it would just interfere or something, and the stovepipe's so expensive. So I thought this might be the best heat for right now, at least. Or if it's not, then I can fall back onto this if I have a problem with another type of heat. So I'm going to hook it up off camera. We're going to briefly look at the stuff that I got for it and kind of go from there. But I'm not going to go into too much detail on the gas line hookups and stuff, because it's code dependent and how your setup in your existing garage is. They also make these for propane, so if you have like one of the big propane tanks for like a standby generator and stuff, or if you heat with propane, there are also propane models available too. And I ordered this offline, and just a little over $200 is the price on this. Ranges between $200 and $250, depending on where you buy it from. It's also available in white. And this is Mr. Heater brand. Dynaglow makes one that's comparable to this, but I like some of the features of this one better. I'm briefly going to talk about it. I found a heater similar to this, a real old one, in the trash pile, and it was the type that's supposed to be vented to the outside. I tried to run it in here anyway. It was in bad shape and fumed up the place horrible. It was really bad in there. So I did hooked up with a 1/2-inch pipe thread into that flange fitting. It fits on these hoses. I just went with a new hose. That's a real old hose off a generator. I didn't want to take a chance of reusing it and go from there. But this heater has a 3/8 pipe thread, so I had to buy a Street 90 that goes right in on the bottom like this. And if you hook it on the wall, you can run the hose straight down. Where I got to have it like this, it's got to go out the back. I thought maybe it might come with a hose and some fittings and stuff. Nah, it comes with the battery for the igniter. That's the only extra thing you get with it. So, keep that in mind if you will need some fittings and a hose for it. So here's pretty much how the piping went on the thing here. Went from 3/8 to 1/2 inch. We got the valve here, ready for the hose to go on there. Also wanted to mention that this has a built-in blower on it, which obviously it's not that much. I mean, you got about a 4 or 5 inch fan right there. It can be on all the time or on manual or automatic, so that's handy too. Automatic cycles on and off with that. We'll talk about the thermostat control here in a little bit and the electronic ignition. Also wanted to make a note for the channel and this video. I'm also starting to make shorts videos from time to time. I'm not going to be on every single thing I do, but there will also be a shorts video, like a little 1-minute video, kind of like TikTok videos are. And it just kind of does like a summary of this. So if you see like a video like that, don't think it's a duplicate video. It's just kind of a condensed short version of it, just for another way of getting the content out there. And if you don't watch the shorts, that's fine. Or if you just want to watch the shorts, that's also fine. I'm just throwing stuff out there, just trying to get out there a little bit more. So I know I wasn't going to bore you with the pipe fitting. I just kind of wanted to show you what I'm working with here. So there's the pipe coming out of the house up to the valve I was talking about, up to where the gas line ties in. Now if you see that furnace vent, it is a working vent from the central heat and air in the house. It's actually on right now, and so it keeps a little bit of heat coming in here. I always kept it above freezing, but the lowest temperature I've ever had in here was like 44. So, and that's with even 10-degree temperature outside sometimes. And I'm sure this is probably not up to modern code, but it's probably up to code of the house, and that's probably all that matters. But you want to check your local code and everything just to make sure that it's safe to use existing fittings and valves like this. Alright, so the gas is on the main valve and also on down here. And just to note that all these chemicals you see right here will be moved at some point. The heater's going to be put down here towards the end. I want to show you about the igniter before we try to light it. So this is the igniter, if you listen. I don't know if you can see it. Try to get a shot of the igniter. If you hold it down, it does that multiple times. And this is battery powered. You take this out, there's one AAA battery right there. So I actually kind of like that. I mean, I'd rather have it run off the power or have a piezo type. But, you know, it's something different. So you got different settings on the knob here. It's off, pilot, and then 1 through 5. Alright, so the gas has been on for about 5 minutes. I'm not smelling anything. I will be checking everything just to make sure it's okay. And so right now we're on off. Switch it to pilot. Hold it down for 30 seconds to get any air out. Let's go ahead and try to light it. You guys probably can't see it, but the pilot light did finally light. Alright, the pilot light stayed on. There we go. Can y'all see the flame? Yeah, burner's right down there. You see that discoloration coming out, that could be like factory oil or something from assembly or something. Let's turn it off and look at it. Turn the lights off is what I'm at. A good blue flame. Blower on, the auto. It's not warm enough to come on yet. Decent amount of heat coming out of it already. So the 1 through 5 setting on here, the 1 through 4 uses like an internal thermostat to cycle it on and off, where if you put it on 5, it just stays on all the time. So we'll have to play with it a little bit and see what works the best. But I can see the heat coming out and feel it's a decent amount of heat. So it was 48 in here when I first came out. It's 50 right now is what it's saying, but it's probably just warming up from the furnace coming on there a while ago. So it's been on for about a couple minutes. So we'll, that's an impressive amount of heat coming out of there. So I'll leave it on for a little bit and I'll give you a time range on it to see how fast it heats the garage up. This garage is 24 by 26. Also want to note, other than like a hot paint smell from the first burn, I don't smell any fumes at all. So it's normal on anything like this to have a little bit of smell at first. But that's That's a decent amount of heat there. It's real impressive. And right after I stopped the camera, the fan kicked on. So I know that the fan works. That's a impressive amount of heat coming out of there. I do kind of miss the radiant heat, like being able to just, feel the heat, but you gotta, you can feel it up here, you know what I mean. So it's been on, I got it on 5. It's been on for probably about 20-25 minutes, something like that. And it went from 48 to 63, I believe what it is right now. The humidity went down 2%, so now we're at 58% humidity too. So it's doing really good. What I like about heat like this, it's continuous, like it just keeps flowing, But I honestly don't know if I like the blower on, so like while I'm making videos, obviously not this one, I can just reach back here and shut the blower off, and you can just barely hear it on. Something like that's annoying in the background. And the blower don't really do much, so I may not use it that much. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this video. Then right now it's January 27th of 23 right now, so I'm gonna put this video up probably being towards the middle of February when this video goes up. I'll hopefully by then the gas bill will come in. Well, maybe not hopefully it comes in, you know what I mean. But hopefully we can kind of tell if it's gonna run the gas bill up too much. So I had it figured up. We'll talk some numbers here. That I did an estimate online going by what other people said. And these are according to like an average gas price. These are supposed to cost about 28 cents an hour, like running like continuous without shutting on and off. Whereas the 15,000 watt furnace, if it was on for a whole hour, that's $1.80 what it would cost. It don't sound like that much, but you run that for 5 hours a day, that's $10 a day, $50 a week, $200 a month right there just for running that 5 hours a day. Obviously it's not going to be on continuous. And the ceiling mount heater is not much better. It's 5,000 watts and runs continuous without shutting off at all, and it's not a whole lot of difference. I think I had it figured up, it was like right at $1 or $1.20 an hour or something like that. So if that's all true, this will be a fraction of the cost. And I also estimated what the cost of the propane is, and it was right at $1 or something an hour, so this will be even cheaper than that. And plus I don't have to load up all the tanks and drive 12 miles to get them filled. So hopefully we don't have no issues or any gas leaks or anything like that. And like when I shut it off at the end of the day, I will be right now I'll be turning the main valve off. It might be a couple of days before I get to use it again, but in between usages I'm just going to shut it off down here. So it's best not to just shut it off here, and it's best to turn it off the main gas going into it. Well guys, the video is longer than I thought it was going to be. I just went into a little more detail, and as usual I had to talk a little too much. And I just checked for leaks. As you can see, I got everything foamed up from a little bit of Dawn and water. Checked everything and good to go. So again, like I said, questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching guys, we'll catch you on the next one.